Good morning. Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. We have been spending the majority of the morning out front of City Hall. It is Sleep Out for Youth Ottawa. And Mr. Mayor has made an appearance. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. I just wanted to congratulate all of the people who were here last night. I was here to wish them well at 5 last night. I didn't stay overnight. I didn't have that courage, but it certainly was a eye-opener. It was so cold last night, and I have great admiration for these people who stayed overnight, raised money, and raised awareness about homelessness, especially among the youth.
It certainly does drive the point home, the weather being so cold. Everyone that was out here, there were 12 different groups, many of them with tents. They were bundled up, and they were still freezing.
Absolutely, and it just is a reminder that there are young people living on the streets, and what we're trying to do at the city is put some action into our words, and we've invested $14 million a year for the last 3 years in our budget for a homelessness strategy, building more affordable housing, providing more rent supplements, helping young people get jobs, and it's making a difference. We're starting to see the wait list of people looking for affordable housing going down, but it's still too high, and we've got a lot of work to do.
Now, throughout the morning, we've been talking about some pretty astounding statistics, one of which, if I might just switch spots with you, Mr. Mayor, is that each night we've got about 1,000 youth who are out on the streets in Ottawa alone, 65,000 across the country. And joining me now is Raphael, now a third-year law student, but you experienced homelessness at one point.
Exactly, here in Ottawa.
How did it come to that point?
Many family fights, in all honesty. We moved a lot, and then when I moved to Ottawa, I didn't have any friends to rely on, and I ended up sleeping outside.
And I know it's hard to describe, but what was it like?
As you said, it's very hard to describe. I mean, many very cold nights, even in the middle of the summer. It's very difficult because you don't have access to bathrooms in the middle of the night, and you don't have access to food or to any amenities for that matter in the middle of the night unless you are sleeping inside. So it's pretty difficult.
What did you do? How did you find food or changes of clothing or even shelter?
YSB, my main source of any services the whole time I was on the streets is the Youth Services Bureau of Ottawa, because during the daytime they had food, they had shelter. In the summer they have AC inside. They even have showers and machines so we can wash our clothes.
Paradise.
Exactly.
How were you put in contact with YSB?
2 different ways. I got told by a social worker before I became homeless that it existed, and then when I became homeless, a lot of youth used to gather at this place, and this place was the Youth Services Bureau's drop-in center. So one day I just decided to join. I mean, you know, in the summer days when it's over 30 degrees, you want a bit of AC, and that would be the place to be.
Okay. So you mentioned that they've got food, shelter, a place where you could wash your clothes. Did they also have people that you could talk to?
Yes, they have social workers on the floor all the time.
What did they talk about? How I wouldn't even know how to start trying to get somebody's life back in order and to make them see that it is fixable.
Well, with me, they never necessarily did that. I went there just to relax. It's when I seeked out help and I actually got an actual social worker through YSB that I was able to discuss with them my life, for example.
So third-year law student now, why did you want to pursue law?
I really want to help people. I did social work, but I realized that may not be the actual way for me to do it. I love actually advocating for people, and I like having a case and seeing it from beginning to end, and I thought law might be the way to do it, and so far so good.
Raphael, before we go, what would you say to maybe kids that are watching at home that often have issues with their parents or with their siblings, and they feel like sometimes they just want to get out of the house?
That's fine. Just talk to somebody about it, seek help. If you think you might be having some issues at home, it might be time to deal with it now rather than wait till it gets out of hand. You know, talk to your school counselor or seek help through services such as the Youth Services Bureau.
Raphael, Mr. Mayor, thank you both very much for coming and chatting with us this morning. Now you can head inside and enjoy the pancake breakfast.